Welcome ladies and gentlemen to another adventure. Today we're up covering the Angling Festival at Scarborough. We're on the last 3 days of the main event. Very bitter morning. The weather's been very rough the last few days. It's going to turn up the sea and hopefully we'll be in for a few decent cod out for the competitors over the weekend. And I think there's a few good fish been caught. We're about to go into the local tackle shop and get some history on the event and see how it's all going, but it's very cold up here at the minute. The winds, last night there was a big storm, the winds are still going, the rain's come across now, the clouds are starting to disappear, the sun's starting to come out, so fingers crossed we're going to be in for a good day. So let's get in there. So we left the harbour and ventured up to the local tackle shop to meet the sponsors, event organiser and the one and only Mr. Paul Med. So this is Pete, the chairman of the Scarborough Angling Festival. Nice to meet you again,
nice
Pete.
To meet you.
How are you going, mate?
I'm fine,
so
thank you.
Tell us a bit about the history of the event.
Yeah. Right, Scarborough Angling Festival started in 1911. Prior to that, there was a charity match organised for the local hospital, which was the Hospital Bowl,
yeah.
which was organised by the angling clubs. Purely a charity event to pay for treatment in the hospital.
Yeah.
But in 1911, the Rock Angling Society Committee decided they'd like to have a bigger festival.
Yeah.
They did, and to try and extend the holiday season to the back end of September.
Okay.
They did. So that's where it all started.
Yeah. It's one of the longest, oldest competitions in the UK.
We believe it is probably the oldest, but one or two will claim differently.
Are they?
They would. We're in our 108th year now.
Oh, yeah.
Which there hasn't been 108 festivals, but since it started, there's been 108 years.
So yeah. So now it goes on for 9 days. Was it always 9 days at the beginning?
No. The original festival was like 3 days.
Was it?
It was, and it gradually developed over the years until they got up to the 9 days.
Okay.
And we introduced the premier event 1950, which is the All England Codling Championship, of which we had 500 competitors in the first one, plus 500 competitors, which was very good in those days.
Yeah, especially for a turnout. Yeah,
bearing in mind, angling competitions there weren't so many around in those days.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, and they used to bust them in.
Well, I can imagine 9 days of fishing is going to bring all the locals out to play.
Oh,
something they look forward to.
It's a measure of their skills.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, very. But do you get many people coming from the outside to fish it as well then?
Or? We're gradually getting more again.
Yeah.
They're starting to find the coast attractive.
Yeah, definitely.
And think they can take on the local lads in our kelp beds and on the rock edges.
Yeah.
So we are getting more.
Yeah. It's quite a tricky coastline to fish. There's a lot of.
It's quite a tricky one to learn without some local
I can imagine.
Knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
But they seem to be getting the knack of it.
Yeah. So with the weather this week, we've had a lot of bad weather leading up to this week.
Yeah.
How do you find that's going to play part on the weekend's fishing?
It's going to affect this weekend's fishing, particularly Sunday in the All England Codling Championship. It looks like we've got a northerly sea running.
Okay.
Which opens up more marks on the coast.
Yeah.
It does for more anglers to have a chance of winning it.
Yeah, definitely.
It does. Yeah.
Would you expect to see some big fish numbers?
I'd expect some good quantities.
Yeah.
If the fish move and we don't get too much weed.
Good stamp of fish.
Yeah, we should see some good quantity.
Yeah,
and we have had a good stamp of fish this week. There's been a lot of 4-pounders about.
Yeah. What's the biggest fish? What's come up this week?
Biggest fish, just short of 17 pound this week.
Big fish.
A very big fish for our coastline.
Is it for this time of year as well? Is it?
Certainly we don't get that many.
No.
Occasionally they do show up, but you've got to find them.
Do you see the numbers in the past years, obviously like the doubles and stuff like that, have decreased over time?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we found the same in the Bristol Channel. Bristol Channel was like very famous many years ago for the cod fishing.
Yeah.
But each year you see it decrease, and then you get the odd year pop in where there'll be lots of numbers of fish.
Yeah.
But the quality of fish, like the big ones, this is very rare.
Definitely the big fish aren't as many as there were.
No.
But the quantity of fish has improved over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Certainly we're finding pockets of fish, so the bags are getting bigger.
Yeah.
We've had matches run recently with £36. which is almost unheard of in the festival history.
Yeah.
It is. So, you know, you just don't expect those sort of bags.
Yeah. So it's Friday night. So what event are we taking part in tonight?
Today it's a heavy single fish match tonight.
Is it?
It is, yeah. It's going to be fish from 6:30 to 9:30.
Is that on a fixed venue then?
No, that's a roving. Well, it's actually a limited roving competition from Avon White to Cobble Landing at Filey.
Okay. Yeah.
It is. So it narrows the borders down.
Yeah.
It takes out some of the bigger marks.
Yeah.
It does, but it is an heaviest fish match.
Yeah.
So we would expect something in the £4 to £5 range.
Yeah, good on.
Tonight.
I do.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah.
I do.
Yes.
Well, look forward to seeing you again over the
Yes,
competition,
hopefully.
mate. And we're going to go over to the tackle shop owner, one of the local sponsors now, and go through a bit more information on the event. So we have Liam from Cosso's Tackle Shop, one of the main sponsors of the event. So tell me a bit about the information, mate. How long have you been sponsoring it for?
We're sponsoring a match now on a Tuesday night for a couple of years, along with Paul Med. We get a good prize table together, and it's very well supported. This year we've had 91 anglers fish on the Tuesday night, which is
very good turnout for a midweek. So,
yeah, definitely, yeah. And the whole festival altogether is just very well supported as well. Yeah.
It's very. What does this festival do for obviously the local community with the anglers and local tackle shops and stuff like that?
It's very good for ourselves. It gets the people in to buy the tickets.
Yeah.
Then obviously in the hope that they're gonna
bait, tackle,
spend
equipment.
money in the shop, basically.
Yeah.
It's hard work. It's
like
very hard going.
Definitely.
But it's worthwhile, and it's good to put something back into the the angling festival.
Definitely.
So,
do you get out to fish much, or does this place keep you too busy now?
it's hard. I got out on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Managed to get a prize as well.
Did you? Good on.
Yeah. But yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to get fishing.
Yeah.
But
so a bit more from obviously about the business sort of thing. You do a lot of different things here: rod building, lead making, and stuff like that. How long have you actually been doing it for then?
It could be 5-6 years now. I took over from my granddad.
Yeah.
4.5 years ago now on the lead making side.
Yeah.
And just a couple of years ago in the shop.
Yeah.
So.
Is it something you've worked in all your life then, or?
No, not really.
No.
I've travelled the world. My dad was in the army, so
yeah.
I moved back when I was 12 years old. So
yeah.
I've always been into fishing.
Always been into fishing.
Yeah. It's part of the family.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, dead on. Ideal, mate. So I think we're going to go over now and do some more information with the history. We're going over to your father?
Granddad.
Yeah. And we're going to go through some general history about the history of the tackle shop. So this is Bill, Liam's granddad, who has actually started the business back in 1996.
Yeah.
So it's been a long old road, mate, has it?
Just started off as a hobby.
Did it?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to have my own boat. Used to do a lot of boat fishing.
Yeah.
One at tackle shop dealers in Scarborough.
Okay. Yeah.
Asked me if I could make him some leads, and yeah, no problem. And he asked me for a price, and I said I don't want money. I'll just take sort of tackle, hooks, line, stuff like that. And it just went from there to there. Word got round, I started making leads.
Yeah.
And it's
so what
snowballed.
What were you doing for a living back then?
Back then, I was a club steward.
Were you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ran the Anglers Social Club for 14 years.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted this as a hobby mainly, I didn't want to do any work or anything like that.
But it's sort of, I know a lot of angling people obviously go from angling into the tackle shop.
Yeah.
And it kills their angling.
Yeah, it did mine.
Yeah.
It killed mine,
yeah.
But I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, you get to meet a lot of the anglers and talk about it.
It's been a long hard road, but it's been good.
Yeah.
And then...
so you moved premises during that time?
Just once.
Once?
I got a chance of a ground floor.
Yeah.
Which obviously when you're humping tons of lead about, it's hard work up there. So, but then they decided they were going to pull it down.
Yeah.
My old unit was still on the go, so I took it back again.
Yeah.
And then got this unit as well to turn it into a shop.
It's quite impressive next door with the amount of leads down there.
There's a lot of lead in there today. You could have done with you yesterday, holding it all up.
Well, there's one other thing I can see right behind me. Obviously the rod building. Is that something you've been into all your life then? Or?
Yeah, since I was a kid. But the techniques have changed a lot since I first started.
I can imagine.
The thickness of the thread and when you used to have to dope the...
It's an art, isn't it?
It's just something I enjoy doing.
Yeah.
I just do it just to give me something to do.
So you actually take in custom from all around the UK?
Well, anybody that wants one doing, I'll build it for them,
Brilliant.
Yeah, I seem to have got a good name.
Yeah, I can see the quality of some of the builds are absolutely fantastic. I've heard lots of good things as well from Paul Med. He's had a few rods done over his time.
He'll be wanting a knock-off price next time.
Yeah, but it's been brilliant talking to you. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers.
Yeah, cheers, bud.
So, he's back again, Mr. Paul Med. How you doing, mate?
Good to see you, Andy.
It seems like we were only here yesterday.
Absolutely,
Long
that's
ago,
right.
was it?
Time goes quickly, doesn't it?
It's been a very long week for you so far.
Yeah, it's been a good week.
Yeah.
It's a pretty intense festival.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have 9 days of competition.
Yeah.
And based on the ruggedness of the coast, you know, it's not like you're fishing out the back of the car.
No.
You're up and down cliffs, long walks.
A lot of preparation.
Yeah, a lot of preparation, and as I say, it's physically. It's pretty tough going to all these pretty remote marks.
Day in, day out.
Yeah.
So, are you doing any boat fishing at all this year, or are you just keeping it right to the shore?
No, just focused on the shore fishing.
Yeah.
Obviously, there is boat competitions as part of the festival.
Yeah.
I think the boats have been fishing really well.
Have they?
So there's been a lot of ling, a lot of cod,
Yeah.
pollock and coley. So there's been a good number of fish caught on the boats this year, which is good for the boat lads. But again, the shore fishing has been
challenging.
Well, it's been challenging, but there's been a lot of fish.
Yeah.
So I mean, most competitors in amongst the fish.
Yeah.
There's been a good stamp of fish as well. So we've had a fish on the shore just under £17.
Brilliant.
Which is a specimen.
Yeah.
It's a belting fish. Is that another one about £9? The guy that had the 17-pounder had a 27-pound bag of cod.
Did he?
Which in anyone's language is a fantastic bag of fish.
Definitely. Is that sort of size cod is rare this time of year, or?
Well, I think it's rare at any
time,
point
is it? Yeah.
in the if you get a 17-pound cod from the shore, I mean, wherever that might be in the British Isles, that's a specimen.
100%, yeah.
So we've had them on this coastline in excess of £20, but they are a rarity. Yeah. So to get a fish 17-pound.
Do you find normally the bigger fish throughout the winter months?
Yeah, usually. You do get the biggest spawning cod come in sort of November, December, January, February. Yeah. But I think we're really fortunate on the Yorkshire coast because of the terrain that we're fishing. Yeah. It holds cod 12 months of the year, so it's not uncommon for double-figure cod to be caught in the summer months as well.
Yeah. So preparation now, you're leading up to the weekend. How has it gone for you so far this week?
Well, I think like everybody, I mean, sea fishing by definition, you have good bits of luck and you have bad bits of luck. So, it's easy to sit here. I mean, I've lost a stack load of fish, which would have made difference in a match. But equally, I've been fortunate. I've got amongst the fish. Yeah. I've had a win, a second, I think, in 6 matches. 5 of those matches I've been in the top 10. There was only one when I was not in the top 10. So I think on a personal level, I don't want to say
great achievement so far.
Well, it is, but 3 days to go, and I think the thing that you find on the Yorkshire coast, this festival in particular, is just how competitive it is. There's some fantastic anglers. So
you've got to be on the ball.
You've got to be on the ball, otherwise you're going to struggle.
Yeah. So conditions-wise, for the weekend, obviously we're out tonight. We're going to go in it. One of the competitions tonight was an evening match.
Yeah.
Then tomorrow, I think, are we up early?
We're up early possibly. Might take you down some 300-foot cliffs tomorrow if you fancy that.
I'm quite looking forward to that. But I've got our cameraman Nick Panther with us tomorrow, and he's not looking forward to it at all. We actually fished probably 2 months ago, was it?
Yeah, we had that session, didn't we, down Filey Brig?
Absolutely. And poor old Nick didn't like it too much. No, he did have all of his rucksack. He had everything else on.
It wasn't Nick Panther, it was Nick Panton, wasn't it?
It was, yes. But I'm looking forward to that. So I think the venue you talked to me about before, obviously it's bringing that side of fishing, which I like, the more extreme, getting down to. It
is, and it's as I said, the cliffs are 300 foot, and I think the one thing that I would say is, you've got to go into fishing those events with safety very much in
100%.
Mind.
Yeah.
So it's not something I'd recommend for visiting anglers.
No.
Or for those people that don't go down with somebody who's been up and down that particular venue because it's dangerous.
It's not. I've fished that sort of venue down our coastline. And it's not a sort of venue you just turn up to, grab a rope, put a stake in, and just go down there. I've been rock climbing schools and done bits and pieces with rope and setting up ropes and stuff because it's really life threatening. You're going down a 300-foot cliff with a rope and you don't know what you're doing. It can obviously cost you your life.
It is. I mean, I think sea angling by definition brings inherent risks wherever you go, and what you've got to try and do is kind of manage the risks, mitigate the risks the best you can.
Minimise them completely.
I mean, Pete as chairman, the whole committee are very safety conscious, as we all are. So we go down with proper climbing equipment, we have climbing helmets, we have harness, we're connected to the rope, we go down and inspect the ropes and the pins in advance of the event to make sure that we're doing everything possible when we're up and down cliffs to prevent an accident and injuries.
There's a lot of high cliffs along this coastline. It's the first time I've been actually up to Scarborough and I was looking across then. You can just see the cliffs going straight along, so obviously it's needed if you're going to get down to it. Yeah,
I mean, as I say, there are some marks around here that are a little bit more accessible, but usually to get to the places that we fish, you've either got a long walk over big rocks, boulders, or you're up and down cliffs. So physically, it's pretty intense. So to go to some of the more remote venues that we fish, as I say, it's a chew. And I think what makes it more difficult as well is you've got a limited amount of time to weigh in. So you're fishing it right to the wire because those last few minutes can make a big difference. If you get a fish or two, it can be the difference between obviously sort of winning and not. But you're sort of trying to gauge just how much time you need to get back out of the mark, jump in your car. You might have to drive sort of 30-40 minutes. So. It's certainly.
But for guys obviously coming from far and wide to come and fish the event, there's lots of places to come to, easily accessible venues at the same time.
Yeah, I mean there are some places that are a bit easier. I mean, obviously we went to the Brig.
I thought it was a fantastic place to fish. It reminded us, anyone on the South Devon coastline, a bit like Hope Snows, but between that and the Bristol Channel, as you got down over, it reminded me a lot of the reef marks, and obviously the way it uncovered. And to be honest, it's a fantastic place to fish.
Yeah, I mean,
really,
it's
the
good.
Scenery just breathtaking. We had a lot of seals coming in, as many viewers will see on Christmas Day this year. But it was a good day. We had lots of fish out.
Yeah, and, I mean, we're sort of really spoiled on this coast. We have some fantastic fishing venues that produce 12 months of the year, as I've said before, and they're beautiful. I mean, you've got fantastic sort of seascapes. So you're fishing in a fantastic environment. I think what is a little bit of a shame is two marks that were more accessible for disabled anglers, for young anglers, for kind of older anglers, the Marine Drive and the Whitby East Pier. The Marine Drive, to reinforce the original structure, they've now put acropods, these big sort of concrete blocks in front, so
you can't fish it.
Well, you can, but it's difficult to get across. It's not like it used to be, where you could literally fish out the back of off the wall and out the back of your car. Similarly, the Whitby East Pier extension, a big sea washed the footbridge across to it. That hasn't been replaced, and again, that was a great venue because you're into good ground for young people, disabled people, older people as well. So it has made it more tough for that sort of category of angler. I mean, going up 300-foot cliffs, it just isn't possible for some people.
But we're about to go and get everything ready for tonight's main event. What time's kick-off, so to speak?
Yeah, so tonight it's 3 hours. So we start at 6:30.
Okay.
We'll finish at 9:30. We're fishing ebbing tide.
Right.
The tide's just starting to make up. I've just seen the sea this morning. There's a little bit of northwesterly, and the water's starting to colour up. So it might bring in a few other venues, particularly with dark as well. So with a bit of luck, we'll have a fish or two.
Definitely. Look forward to it, Paul. Cheers,
mate. Yeah, cheers, Andy.
An absolutely fantastic tackle shop, lots of friendly advice and lots of banter to go with it. We left the tackle shop and headed back down to the harbour to get together with a local charter boat man, Lee.
So this is Lee. Nice to meet you, mate.
Nice to meet you.
You work on one of the trawlers at Queen's Ferry down out at Scarborough.
Yeah.
You've been out all week on the boat side of the festival.
Yeah.
How's the boat sort of side gone, mate?
It's gone really well, to be honest. It's gone better than we thought.
Yeah.
We couldn't get out one of the days.
No.
But when we went out yesterday,
it
was just absolutely fantastic.
Was it?
The first rig we went, the first wreck we went to, within one of the lads putting the rod in, straight in, massive ling, big ling. Didn't weigh that much, but it was a big
fish.
Big fish.
Yeah.
There was a few cod. There was some nice pullets being caught.
Yeah.
Fair sized pullets.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. It's all been fantastic. The weather's been kind to us, sort of.
Well, it seems to be getting better over the weekend now.
It
seemed to come in yesterday very bad, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It absolutely,
off.
it absolutely rained.
So how long have you worked on the Queen's Ferry then, mate?
To be honest, I've only worked on it 5 weeks.
Have you?
Yeah, I've worked on it 5 weeks, and it's just absolutely.
Yeah, you love it.
I love it. Yeah, the skipper is so laid back. He just let just get on with it.
Yeah.
Obviously, the lads, if any of the lads or lasses get stuck, we have two deckhands. There's me and there's Derek. Derek's an old school teacher. Absolutely amazing. Yeah. Because he deals with the front, I deal with the back. And it's just we work so well, and Neil is just so laid back. Yeah. It's unreal.
There's a lot of deck space. It's spot on for fishing.
Yeah.
What sort of species do you normally go out targeting then?
Well, we go out catching cod, haddock. Well, if we could get haddock. Obviously, there's ling, plenty of ling. Pollock. Yesterday we had a few whiteys.
Whiting.
A few whitings, a few flatfish. Only little ones, but still a fish. Mackerel. We've just got mackerel coming out.
Tend to get many rays, fullbacks? No skate?
No. Not seen any this year.
No.
I've not seen any, but yesterday.
Smooth out?
Not seen any.
No.
We've not seen. We've got plenty of blacks yesterday as well. The festival is a really good fest, to be honest. It's one of the best I've ever been to.
I can see a lot of the community, what I've met so far, really like getting into it.
We do.
Something they all look forward to.
Exactly.
9 days of fishing.
Can't get wrong, really. Exactly. It's like the sea monkey over there. Him and his girlfriend go out all the time. And yesterday he went out and he caught the biggest ling.
Did he?
His head must have been that.
Was it?
It was
big
massive.
Fish.
It weighed 14 pound before it was gutted, and when it was gutted it weighed about 12.
Did it?
Yeah, it was the biggest ling. Yeah,
big
it was
fish.
Beautiful ling, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Few cod. The other day we went out on Saturday because we had a load of lads from Keighley on the boat.
Yeah.
And really good set of lads.
Yeah.
They came out Saturday, they came out Sunday.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic set of lads, and there was just constant catching cod.
That's what you want.
Because at the end of the day they end up coming back for the year after on the Queen's Ferry. On the Queen's Ferry they get everything they want, because when they catch a fish what we do is we give them the buckets there, the green buckets, and what we do is we fill them, obviously we fill them up with water, they put the fish in it, we unhook them if they needed it. We even use a net up there and the gaffs full of fish. And what we do is we end up gutting them all on board as well.
For them?
Yeah, we gut them all for them.
So they take the fish with them? Yeah,
they can take the fish with them and they can weigh it in and it's clean. So they don't have to do it, so they can just carry on fishing. Yeah,
it's fantastic.
It's absolutely fantastic, and like I said, we've got some ling and other species in the chiller over there. So I can show you them.
Good deal, mate. Well, brilliant talking to you, Lee. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, buddy.
After leaving Lee, we headed off to get a bite to eat, then headed off to a local beach, getting ready for the Friday night's main event.
As you can see behind me, I'm currently stood on North Bay in Scarborough. We're just about to get ready to meet Paul Med and go off for the Friday night competition. As you can see in the background, the sea is very, very flat calm, but as it approaches very close into the sandbar, it's starting to rough up a bit. Hopefully it's going to be a good sign of a few cod being pulled out tonight. So we're off now to meet Paul Med and hopefully get a few fish out. we are, the Friday evening competition.
Yeah, look, the sun's come out, the rain's passed over. We've got a little bit of northwesterly swell on, colour in the water. Yeah. The tide's making up. Let's hope we're going to fish it through.
So the venue itself.
Yeah.
Whereabouts are we?
So on the Scarborough Marine Drive, we're kind of on the point that the Marine Drive actually runs into the East Pier, the outer pier. The ground that we've got in front of us tonight, Andy, it's pretty mixed ground. Okay. So closer in, you've got pretty heavy kelp and rock. If you cast a good line, you're sort of onto clearer ground, so sort of scar and sand.
Rock bottoms then? Rock bottoms?
Yeah, definitely rock bottoms. And I think the aim tonight will be to try and put a good line out into the tide. And on this particular venue, we're here with an ebbing tide, which is what we're fishing tonight, ebbing down to low. Yeah. You're getting all the ebb that's coming out of the bay. Yeah. So the theory is
the fish can come with it.
Yeah, hopefully,
yeah. So for boundary-wise, how far along is the boundary this
So tonight's format, we're fishing a limited rover match. So the boundary is to the north of a place called Argyle Gully, which is at a mark called Havenwyke, which is to the north of Scarborough. To the south, you can see sort of in the distance, is Filey Brig. It's the place that we did the film in a couple of months ago. That's the southernmost boundary tonight. Normally, the kind of the more open roving matches, the boundaries are essentially Flamborough in the south, and Whitby right up in the north.
So, do you think most of the anglers are going to be there along this stretch of coastline today?
Well, I think with the conditions tonight, the tide, as you can see in the backdrop there's several anglers setting up, so I think it'll be a good few anglers fishing on the drive itself to start with. Perhaps now that there's a little bit of swell and colour in the water, as we start to lose the light, it is possible that the guys will drop into the bays, onto the sort of shallower ground, the scars. This time of year, those sort of venues, the North Bay, Holbeck, kind of in the South Bay, could be phenomenal for common fishing.
You don't get no easier in this. The car's right over the wall, you literally have to go to fishing at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. So again, for those anglers that perhaps find walking a little bit more challenging, it's not too bad. I suppose, you know, you've just got to have your wits about you fishing on the rock armour, because there's obviously some one or two sort
this
of
is new, the last few years, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say this has been here now certainly over 10 years, and obviously the authority put it in place to protect the original structure from rising sea levels, and obviously the damage that big seas in winter.
So bait-wise today, what are you going to be fishing over here?
Crab mainly.
Crab,
Exactly
the same, similar to what you do over Filey Brig.
Yeah, this time of year, I mean, you can mix it up, so you can bring in a little bit of worm or mussel, but predominantly you want to be using peeler crab. That's the kind of mainstay. Yeah.
Well, it's just about to kick off, so we'll let you get back to your rod. So good luck, mate. I hope you do well. You've got your dad with you as well.
Yeah,
so
we have
to do a few words, and hopefully we'll have a little chat with a few more anglers along this stretch of coastline today, and I can see a lot of fish being pulled out.
Hopefully, let's keep our fingers crossed.
Nice one.
Good stuff.
As you can see, David and Paul fishing off the rocks into deep water over rough ground, targeting cod.
That's a tiny tug out.
Let it get down. There it comes. That was some way off. Right? We're off in it. Okay. Have you got it?
I want to know you walk back over the Andrew, alright?
Yes!
Nick, this is mental. You don't see a lot down on our coastline anymore. The little coalies. For some reason, years ago, you used to get a lot of them, but unfortunately, I've had some of these abroad, over in Norway, up to double figures, and I tell you what, they are very hard fighting fish when you get them that big. Like pollock, but fight to the bitter end.
As the light faded into darkness, the lads carried on fishing. It wasn't long before both lads had a few codling out, so it was back to the weighing station to weigh in the fish.
end of the Scarborough Trophy. The main sponsors today, Pete Alder and Adrian Collin. I'd just like to mention all the other sponsors, which are Whitby Sea Anglers Association, Mark Collin, Chris Grant, Andy Collin, James Axby, Pete Watson, Richard Kappelman, Andy Camish, Simon and Freddie Barker, Billy Collin and Mick Chadwick. So we'd just like to put your hands together for them. And I've got great pleasure in asking Pete Alder and Adrian Collin to come forward and present the trophies tonight for us. Come on lads, up and come. Alright, kid. No, they didn't bite me. Right. In first place today, we have a visitor. We have a fish of 4 pounds 6 ounces 8 grams, and it's N. Eglon. In second place, with a cod of 4 pounds 4 ounces 12 grams, Richard Kappelman.
Take your feet, Lord. Take your feet and start from there.
In third place, with a fish of 4 pounds 1 ounces 2 grams, Paul Med.
Well done, Paul.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.
In fourth place, with a fish of 4 pounds and 10 grams, Mark Thomas.
After watching the awards, it was time to get our heads down, ready for the next day.
Hi guys, it's Saturday morning. We come down to Caton Bay Beach, and this is one of the beaches where the junior competition is held. They do tend to hold them in different areas. What it is to do with the festival is the adults have got their chosen places they like to fish within boundaries, and so have the juniors. So we come down to this particular mark to go and film some of the juniors to see if they've caught any fish at all. Now they've been fishing this competition for an hour and a half, so we give them time to get into it. So let's go meet some of them. Right guys, this is little Isaac. How old are you, Isaac?
5.
He's 5. Look at him, look. Look at the size of the reel and the rod he's using. Granddad's helping him a little bit. We'll try not to show that. You enjoying yourself?
Yeah.
You actually caught a cod, mate, have you? Yeah, he's had the winning fish up to now on this stretch of beach. I don't know where the other juniors are fishing to, but I'm glad that we turned up. Look at this determination from this young man. A future winner, I think.
I caught one.
organise it. Lift your rod up. Lift it up. Oh, keep winding. Priceless. Absolutely priceless.
So here we have Will. Nice to meet you, mate. How old are you?
10.
How long have you been fishing?
Since I was about 5.5, 6.
Have you? Enjoy it?
Yeah.
How many? What have you been doing down here today then so far?
Mostly just casting out the odd time for myself.
Any bites?
I've had like 2, but I haven't managed to land.
No? Not yet?
Not yet.
So there's a little bit of weed out there at the minute though, I see.
Yeah.
It caused a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've done some very well in past competitions, so we were told last night.
Yeah. When I was about 6, I won an adults competition.
Did you?
Yeah.
6 years old. Future generation. Got basic rod and reel set up.
Yeah.
Nice heavy line on there.
Yeah.
What bait have you got on at the minute?
Crab.
Crab baits.
Crab, worm.
Trying to get some codlin. Yeah. It looks quite messy out there. I think you might have a good job of catching one. A little bit of weed coming through. So what are you doing now then? Just waiting for the bite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you fish down this venue very often then?
About once a year.
Do you? Yeah.
For this competition.
Yeah. What's your favourite venue around when you go fishing then?
Filey Brig.
You love Filey Brig, do you? Yeah. What have you had off Filey Brig?
Codlin, brass,
Yeah?
mackerel.
Yeah? Get on.
Okay, this is another one of the junior lady angler. This is Amelia. How old are you, Amelia? 8 years old. How long have you been fishing? Her first time, and her first time fishing with Granddad is the competition. Are you enjoying yourself? Yeah, great. Have you fished yet? It's a bit of a downer for a moment, but we'll get there.
Well done, Amelia.
Here she goes, let's fight the first ever time fishing. Already looks like a junior professional. So, did you have a nice fight that time? This is priceless, guys, right? This is what this festival is all about. It's not all about the adults. Some of the adults take time out today to take the juniors out to do their little bit of competition. It's held in several places. Exactly like the adults can, they can choose where they want to fish. We decided to come here today. We knew there'd be some juniors on the beach fishing the actual junior competition in the festival. Guys, he's got a fish on. Look at this, isn't this fantastic? It's an actual junior in action.
Is it going to be the winner?
Will it be the winner? Does it make the size?
What, 6 size? 36. Exactly the same size.
Exactly.
Could be a joint first place
So
here,
here we
guys.
go, young man. What do you think, mate?
First place.
What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm really
One of the
happy
other
that I've got
joys of
that.
this competition
Oh, yeah?
with the juniors here today is
That's his Uncle
it's all
David.
catch and release. So we'll get a couple of photos of this young man with this little codlin here, and he'll get us back to fighting him today.
That's it, great. Priceless. Big smile, GT. Okay, I'm done now.
Do you want to just one minute? We'll go straight back.
Yep.
Young man,
You want to take the film in?
Yeah.
Can I start taking that down? Have you finished with it?
Yeah.
No, she saw it like, yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys. That's the end of the junior competition for today. Now, we know there's been juniors elsewhere fishing on different beaches. We decided to come here today. It was easy access for the juniors. It's basically park, walk 20 metres and fish, basically. And you can see it's lovely, rough. I don't know how the kids manage it myself. They absolutely love it. The juniors love fishing.
We've actually come back to the side of the cliff where we are today at the moment, just for the fact of the wind, because out there is challenging conditions. A lot of anglers have come down there today and they would have gone away again. The weed was terrible, every cast. But these young guys stuck at it and produced 2 fish. The little young man,
Little Isaac, he's knee-high to a
walked up there
grasshopper.
and he was sure he would want it. He packed up his gear, rods on his back, walking up the cliff face with glorious victory. And then he just obviously, but one thing I'm very pleased about, both cod were exactly the same size, so it's a joint position.
And we've actually got young Isaac, no, not Isaac, William, on camera putting his cod back. Isaac did
Facebook
return
Live.
his, but he did that before we got here.
Facebook Live, straight on Facebook Live. He was talking away. He got the bite. He ran over, started reeling in. You couldn't have just.
It could not have ended better.
No, definitely not.
We can't hang around, guys. They're doing a mini presentation up at the top. They got a big presentation on Sunday night, so we're going to go up and film a little bit of that so you can see.
See you at the top,
this
guys.
is what makes it good for the juniors. Right, that's the end of the junior competition from today. We have 2 winners. They've got exactly the same size fish, and they're both going to share trophies and prize money. So I'll call in now the organiser, Peter, and he'll run through exactly what they've won.
Right, we've come to the end of the Robin Jackson Memorial Cup we have, which is a junior roving competition. It's kindly sponsored by the Jackson family and Mr. and Mrs. Dave Med, so thank you very much. And I've got great pleasure in asking David to come forward and present the prizes. Okay. As explained, we do have a joint winner today. We do our joint winners. So in first place is William Butterfield and Isaac Cohn, both with 36 centimetres. They're going to share the trophy.
Hey! Get on boys!
And they receive £40 each.
Excellent.
And there's the trophy. Just watch the bottom don't fall off. You want to hold that one, Isaac?
You hold that one, Isaac. That's it. Right, pull together.
Look at Nick.
You got that, Isaac?
Yeah.
There you go. And there's your £40.
Thank you.
There you
Hold
go.
on to it tight.
Don't let that blow away, mate.
Right.
Hang
Look
on
at me,
there.
boys.
You're still here.
Isaac, look over here. Alright guys, well, here they are. The winners of this section junior competition. Young Isaac, young William. As you can see, they got loads of money. This little man's already decided what he's spending this on. William, I haven't asked yet, but no doubt it'll be fishing gear.
And which? Yeah.
And weights.
Rich.
And which?
Rich.
Rich. He says he's rich.
I am too.
You're rich, are you?
Yeah.
So, tell me guys, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Good fun? Did you enjoy the walk? Yeah? And
No.
No? You did? I didn't think you
I
did.
didn't enjoy the walk. It was alright.
That's fantastic. Right, so anyway, we're going to go over now to another part this afternoon where the adults are going to be fishing a competition. This young man is going to be fishing the adult competition as well with his granddad David. And young Isaac, I think, because he's screaming that he's rich, is going to go off and spend his money.
Yeah.
Well done, guys. All right. Brilliant. Both of you. Well done.
After leaving the junior competition, we decided to head back into Scarborough. With a couple of hours to kill, we decided to go on a little boat ride. Nick's not very keen on boats. However, after a quick bite to eat and a pint, he was soon keen to, for the sake of a £5 each, some fantastic value, a high-speed ride around the Bay of Scarborough. After that, I headed up to the highest point, Scarborough Castle.
Okay guys, as we get ready for the evening competition, I'm currently stood at the top of Scarborough's Castle, overlooking the amazing views this part of the coastline has to offer. You've got the harbour down to the side. I can see many anglers starting to turn up around the harbour outside and over the back end of this castle itself. What we're going to do now is get in amongst them and see how it's going. So here we are again, just starting off the evening competition. And we've bumped in to the junior we were with earlier on with the Med family. Hello Will, how's it going mate, you alright?
Good.
So you're down on a mark known as Shellho, yeah?
Yeah.
What you open to catch down here at the minute?
Codling mostly.
Yeah. You fished it before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rough ground out there?
50-50 really.
Is it? 50-50. All the confidence on it. What do you reckon of catching them mate?
Probably a codling or two.
You think? You think?
Yeah.
How's your granddad getting on?
Okay.
Yeah, good.
He's just baiting his rod up while doing a couple of spare baits.
Yeah. Very good, very good. So hopefully you see some fish out there. You picked the venue quite wisely with the wind, because obviously there's no wind down here at all.
Yeah.
A little bit of a ladder to get to your mark.
Yeah.
How'd you find that? Bit of fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of fun.
Because other times I've been down here when it's been windy, you're just sitting there.
Do you?
And it just keeps you out the wind,
Yeah.
like between the holes.
You definitely picked the venue very wisely, because further on down towards the harbour and that, it's the wind's absolutely melting through.
Going along the pier, it's very windy.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good luck, mate, and hopefully you can get out winning fish.
Alright guys, right, it's Saturday afternoon, the match has started, the adult match, and I'm sat with Mick Chadwick, who I've just found out, and I didn't know before, he's actually on the committee that actually run the festival. So are you finding it hard going, mate? Are you finding it hard going?
Oh yeah, at the moment, yeah.
So how many anglers do you think are fishing today? Have you had a number, or have you got an idea?
No, hopefully there'll be 80 to 100.
80 to 100. Spread, I'll take from the boundary. What's the boundary today?
They'll be from Flamborough up to Whitby.
Right, Flamborough to Whitby, that is some vast distance. So have you had any fish yet then, mate?
Not today, no.
Not today?
No.
So is that it all day, mate? Or was that just
We've only been here half an hour.
Because he only started half an hour ago and he's given up already. Yeah. But it's great, mate. This competition's been running for a long time. We've had a lot of history on the competition.
Yeah.
And for me personally, actually videoing and photographing the juniors this morning was absolutely brilliant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can see from the other anglers, not only the grads, you know, the granddads and the dads and the uncles, they all get involved with it. And they try to get the juniors fishing as well.
It's something we are struggling with, really.
Yeah,
the numbers.
I think with us as well, down where we live in the West Country, we struggle to get the juniors because it's the electronic age. It's the age of the Xbox, the PlayStation, and it's difficult to get them out fishing, and it seems like that throughout the whole of the UK around the shoreline. But are you actually in a club here? Is it the Scarborough?
I'm in Cloughton Rock Anglers.
Cloughton?
Yeah, chairman of Cloughton Rock Anglers.
Right, we just come from the pier down at the seafront, and there's a couple of anglers from the same club there, I think. So we're gonna go back and see them a bit later. Yeah, so there's two of your lads.
Yeah.
We don't know their names. You haven't asked their names yet, but you know, we'll find out a bit later. they're feeling very lucky.
Yeah.
You know, because for them, as they said to us, it's deep water. Apparently now, I'll ask you, Mick, it's all to do with the colour of the water.
It's coloured up.
Yeah.
I noticed the other night.
Because when they got on top of the wall and they seen the colour on it, they were straight on their phones. Letting some of the other anglers no doubt from their local club, look guys, the conditions are great, they're ready, let's get fishing. So anyway, mate, I won't keep you because it's match angling. I don't want to disturb this man for too long. All right, there's a lot on offer, including his pride. Cheers, mate. Thanks, mate.
So we're down here at the moment with Harry Moon, and how are you getting on, Harry?
A bit slow.
Very slow? Been fishing much over the week?
Fished 4 matches.
4 matches?
Really?
2 matches, yeah. Been hard going at the beginning of the week, positions-wise?
I was 11th on Wednesday.
Were you?
Yeah. I only had the one fish. Evil Day Wednesday.
Was it? Right. Yeah. But you've managed to pull one out so far.
The Rockland, yeah.
Rocking in there. So obviously the main species today, odd. Yeah. What do you think for the conditions-wise and chances?
Well, this is it on the Marine Drive. You
never know. No. One of those venues.
Yeah.
So out in front of us here now, is that straight off onto sand or rock out further than that?
You don't have to cross the rock here.
Do you? No, you want to be in it.
You're in amongst the thousand.
Yeah. That's what the fish are going to be.
Yeah.
Size-wise, what are you hoping for? 4 or 5 pounds.
Nice.
Yeah. As I saw last night when the fish was pulled in, that sort of fish, you're in a place of
You do well with that 4 or 5 pounds.
Yeah.
You get a couple of little smaller ones. You'll do.
There was many cod caught yesterday.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised the amount of fish was. We come up for the weigh-in and they were literally waiting around, queuing up around the side of the outside of the club there. So.
Well, I started on the D&D. We're near Devon.
Okay, you're further up to the right. Okay.
Really?
Okay, yeah. I just get on a there last night. No. Funny thing that is, to make a difference. 50 yards to the right to the left sometimes.
I moved there, I had 2 casts there, and then I went on the flat car.
Oh, over to the side, yeah, we did have a look over there. Yeah. There's a few anglers over that side. Yeah, was many fish pulled out over there then?
Well, the last one was there.
Yeah.
No, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, that comes from over there?
Yeah. And there's a lot of small.
Good bag.
I don't think anybody could compete with yesterday, could there?
No, he had a few fish out yesterday, didn't he?
Did he stay on dry?
No, he moved, I think. Yeah. He stayed until the fish sort of like cut off and then off he went by. Yeah, well, nice to meet you, mate. Hope you do very well.
Thank you.
And see you later on.
Yeah, bye.
Alright guys, we're lucky now. We just managed to bump into Chris Anderson. He is fishing the All England Cod Championships on Sunday. He's not with us today fishing because he's out with the family. That's what I like, an angler that gives his family time. And that's another fisherman just gone past and give him a good old sign. So anyway, mate, it's nice to meet you. So what brings you to fish the All England?
I've done it probably for the last 10 or 12 years.
Yeah.
And well, it's probably one of the biggest matches you'll get around this area.
Yeah, in the northeast.
Yeah. Well, 2 years ago, I'd say as close as I've probably ever come to winning it. I just got beat by 2 ounce.
Tell the people who beat you.
Dave Med.
That's Paul Med's father.
So it's not a bad one to be beaten by, I suppose.
Yeah. We've actually found out since we've been here just how it's not so much being popular, it's how well known the anglers are within the northeast. It's absolutely fantastic. The fishing is ferocious, mate, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
The competition. When I say ferocious, it's just it's so hard. The concentration they have for fishing these matches is just phenomenal. It's certainly opened our eyes up, mate. It certainly is. So without giving anything away, have you sort of got an idea where you're going to be fishing tomorrow?
Well, I was hoping to stay Flamborough.
Don't need to say.
No, Flamborough area maybe.
Right.
But it may, looking at this swell, I'll probably come up to Scarborough somewhere.
Right, got you. So so you'll pick a venue due to the weather on the day.
On the day, yeah.
On the day, yeah. We've been finding out with a lot of guys that do that.
Yeah.
You know, they don't they make plans to fish for the week, some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
But the weather depicts everything where they go.
Oh, it does, yeah, definitely.
And I think reading the sea is one of the biggest sort of attributes to any angler that's doing the match fishing on this side of the coastline.
Of course it is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was planning on going under Bempton Cliffs, but I think it's too heavy for under there.
Right. Bempton, I think that's where our Andy was going to go today, but that was called off. He was going over Paul Med.
Oh, but down ladder?
Yeah, to film it.
Right.
Yeah, we've got drones and everything with us, but we couldn't fly the drone today because of the wind, so we went up to the castle, which is up behind here somewhere, and we've done some overshot of everything here. Yeah. My main thing for all this, the whole festival, is how long it's been running, mate.
Oh no.
The history behind it. I've just had a quick interview with Mick, and I'm absolutely amazed, mate. I am. I think it must be the longest running angling festival in the UK since before the war.
Oh yeah.
I mean, and it's still all kept going now as well, you know. Pete, the main organiser, obviously with Mick and a few others on the committee, they do so well.
Oh, they've done it this year.
Well. And you guys do them proud by turning up and, you know, taking part.
Yeah, well, everybody has sort of like sponsors as well, like they put a bit back in, so it's good. It is good. I mean, Filey's a good one as well.
Yeah, we all know all about Filey Brig. As you will see on the Paul Meg Christmas special.
All right.
Yeah, mate. I'm not even going to go there. Everywhere everyone fishes in Yorkshire, you got to climb down a cliff. Either on ropes, ladders. Oh, how these guys do it, I do not know. That's why, and I will say this now, I take my hat off to these guys. I stand in awe.
On my phone if you want.
Mate, if you come down to the West Country on holiday, right, at any time, I'm talking to Chris's wife now, anytime, get hold of me and I'll take you bass fishing on the surf beaches down in Cornwall.
Right, yeah.
All right, that's a guaranteed promise, mate.
Yeah.
All you got to bring is a rod and reel, if she don't mind you packing that. All right, and I will take you bass fishing on the surf beaches in Cornwall if ever you have a holiday. All right?
Yeah.
But it's been fantastic now. Chris, I wish you the best of luck tomorrow, mate.
Cheers,
I really do.
Yeah.
But before you go, and on camera, what is the favourite bait that you would use for fishing a competition like the All England?
Peeler crab.
Peeler crab.
And carp.
Yeah, I've heard about that. So that's the stuff that they put on frozen in socks, isn't it? Yeah. We'll hopefully show you a bit of that today. All right, mate. Once again, thanks.
Cheers, thank you.
So it's just about to approach 3:30 and we've come down to the harbour itself. A lot of the boats who's been out on the competition today are just about to come in for the weigh-in, 3:30 to 4 o'clock. So myself and Nick Panther are down here now to see what sort of fish have been pulled out for the boat competition on the Saturday daytime event.
One cod, one dog. Yeah?
Yeah.
Is a junior?
Yeah.
Are you a junior? You're at 16 or over, are you?
Yeah, the only time they don't look at me is if they've got a real big one we have to go for, especially for an unbuttered fish. Look down and see what there is.
You won't be going
You're
at
going to
all.
have to train somebody to press that button. Oh, well done.
Are you beating him or what?
Yes.
Oh, it's a bit like
Yeah, nice. Well done.
I think Ian's got me over here. Wow.
Oh, God and all, eh?
Smile, Karen.
Can you mark that one, or we're just going to wait to that?
Two.
43.8. This has got to be one for the album. Right, stay where you are. With that arm, put it round her shoulder. Brilliant. No, that's right, okay, off we go. It's event 14, the Jack Smith Trophy. In first place is Karen Niblett, a lady with 39.8. Steve Seger. Well done, mate. Hey! Somebody else me now. Get it. Alright guys, we're up on the pier and we're 4 members of the Cloughton Rock Angling Club. Alright, I love how that sounds. Cloughton Rock Angling Club. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. We're just getting the guys casting and fishing. We're not going to interrupt them too much because they're on a mission to catch a fish. So what we do, we just film and see how they do. Got nice photos of them baiting up, casting out. They just need that one fish now, that's all they need to weigh in. But they're all part of the Scarborough Angling Festival.
So it's been a very long day. We've just left the boat awards and lots of fish weighed in. We've gone back along the stretch of coastline now, spoke to a lot of anglers and very little fish coming off at the moment, but David Med's back in action.
Managed one.
Managed one?
Yeah.
How early into the session?
I'm about mid at top of the tide after 2 hours.
Yeah.
Which is normal usually for here.
Is it?
Yeah, you often get one right on the top of the tide just when it stops.
What I love about these cod up here is the colourings.
Yeah,
it's starting to go red now.
Just starting to
red up.
Turn red with the colour of the kelp.
Yeah.
You know, they take the same camouflage as the kelp.
Kelp, yeah.
And he'd be sat in there, or he was.
Nice bit of tea later on after the competition.
Yeah,
it's one of the good things about the competition as well is all the fish that are caught all go to the table at the end of the day, which is...
Yeah, that's it. None of it's wasted. If they're undersized, I've had one undersized today, and I've released that.
Straight away.
Put it back.
Yeah.
But obviously this one is sized, so it'll go for the weigh-in.
Get on, mate. Get on. But
see what's what.
We've I've seen the other guys have moved next to you.
Yeah.
The guys has gone off, has he?
Yeah, he's had enough.
Is he?
Nothing doing, so he's had a move.
Well, I wish you luck. Best of luck, mate. And
All
we'll
the
catch
best.
you back at the weigh-in, mate.
Thank you.
Hello, mate. You want? Huh?
Dude, are you here running like last night? I've been up since we've been back. Salmon.
I'll check in. Is there no magic in there? No.
And tonight, with £15, 13 ounces, 8 drams, is Mr. Ian Thompson.
Put your best face on, someone.
Yeah.
Great stuff, guys.
After the awards, we headed straight back to the lodge to get our heads down ready for the following day. Nick was heading out to Scarborough's main harbour. On the other hand, I was about to do some extreme fishing.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down here today for the All England Codling Championships. We're down at Bempton Cliffs, down with David Med, and we're just about to do some of my type of fishing. As you can see, I'm all harnessed up and ready to go. Now, it looks very, very tricky. It's not for the novice anglers. It's a very big height and safety all the way. Now, what I'm going to do now is go over with David and go through some general history about the venue and obviously the safety issues, what goes into fishing this kind of mark. So David, you can tell me a little bit of information about the mark, mate.
Right, well, it's obviously very difficult. It's only for the very experienced angler.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get any visitors down here unless they're used to this type of fishing on the North Yorkshire coast.
Now I can see you've got your helmet on, you've got your harnesses on.
Yeah, we get clipped onto the rope.
Yeah.
For safety reasons. If you do slip, you don't want to rely on your hands or your legs.
No.
If you slip, if there's any accident, you're straight onto the rope. There's a short piece of line and that steadies you.
Yeah.
So you can't slip and go all the way to the bottom.
Awesome. There is going to be a fall involved if you do slip.
It'll be a dangerous fall.
Yeah.
You know.
So what type of fish are we targeting off this venue today?
Predominantly codfish, codling,
Yeah.
cod. But we are finding smoothhounds nowadays with the changing climate.
Yep.
The smoothhounds seem to be migrating from south to north.
Okay.
So
got a chance for smooth on as well?
Yeah, it's not impossible. Unfortunately today we don't want a smooth hound.
No, you want a codling.
We want cod.
Yeah.
And the bigger the better.
Bigger the better, yeah. So what we're about to do now, guys, is we're about to go down. Now, unfortunately, I'm filming on my own here today, so for safety reasons, I'm going to use the GoPro. I have the GoPro attached so we can get the general feel of going down. Now, just off the side here is a free extendable ladder.
Yeah.
So
triple extension ladder, which is bolted to the cliff face, so it is secure. But again, you know, you don't want to be slipping.
It's not a case of just getting to it, because you've got to climb down to get onto that ladder.
You've got to climb down it. You need to be clipped on for any mishap.
Let's get into it then.
Come on. What we'll do is we'll let him go down.
Yeah, it's good.
And then you can get him going down. Yeah. Smile, Pete! Ah, well done, lad. Yeah. Very good. Extreme fishing.
That's what I love. This is my type of fishing, mate.
You're going to be famous, you are. Francie's down there.
Fancy up. Probably got another 200 foot down. Mr. Med is making his way across to the camera, so we'll have a quick little word before he gets on. Full match mode, first place, so he's got everything going for him. You all right, mate?
Morning, Andy.
What a wicked, unreal.
Fancy seeing you here, right?
Absolutely fantastic venue. So, a little bit of information about the venue. Very much looking forward to it. You invite me up especially for this.
Yeah, it's great that you're here, Andy.
Yeah, definitely. But what are we expecting out to be the day then, mate?
Well, this is called the Bempton Birdash.
Yeah.
This used to be the old shooting ledge. I mean, if you search hard enough, there's a lot of
shells,
12 bore shells. It used to be festooned with those. A ladder that's been put down because that all fell away a few years ago. So the late Eric Thompson, bless him, fantastic angler, and a chap called Pete Bays. It was their endeavours that allowed us to keep coming and fish this place by putting the ladder down. And then we've run ropes down, we try and keep it maintained. And this is the Bempton Birdash, probably pound for pound, certainly one of the best cod fishing venues in the country. And I think some people have put their money on saying this is probably the single best cod fishing mark in the whole country.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic. You get cod here 12 months of the year and bags up to 40, 50 pounds.
Your dad was telling me that smoothhounds are a species what you never used to see here, but now you're starting to see them coming through.
Yeah, I mean, I think things are changing, so we're starting to get a few smoothhounds down here. There's a lot of dogfish now, which is good in any fish matches, but not today.
You want that cod, mate?
We don't want dog today. But conditions-wise, that is good. That looks really nice. It's a bit of colour in. We don't want it to get too much heavier, but it's not too heavy. Hopefully there should be a fish or two down there today.
Well, I'm not going to let you go there, mate, because I know you're in full match mode. Best of luck today, and hopefully you can smash it, mate.
Yeah, cheers,
So, as you can see, there's a lot of anglers coming down this stretch of coastline now. I'm going to wait for these anglers to go on down. I'm going to make my way, have a chat with a few of them, see what's going on, but especially the type of mark that I would like to fish. And unfortunately, I haven't got me rods today. I'm filming and doing a bit of presenting. So, the weather conditions, there's a little bit of sea, tops of the sea, winds overhead. So fingers crossed. Woohoo! Sea angling adventures. Way up, 300 foot, probably got 100 foot of steep, then you've got a bit, it's just general abseil down, and you've got this descent which is probably 80 foot, a nice little ladder at the bottom. You can get many of the other lot coming down here, doing the calls, fingers crossed. We can smash it down here today and see a few fish out. Ladder time. Well folks, I'm down the bottom of the cliff now. Quite tricky. First 100 foot. sheer steep onto a ladder. A little bit of abseiling down over, old general holding onto the rope. Right down over for the next 150 foot, I would say. And then you've got probably 50 foot down, a small ladder on the bottom. Not the easiest of venues to fish. As always, safety. We're not promoting this type of fishing, guys. It's very, very dangerous. The type of anglers who have been doing this have been doing it for many, many years. Going to rock climbing schools, getting general advice, skills, learning how to fish this type of venue safely. Because if you come down to this type of venue and you try and do it, and you're not prepared, not skilled, and don't know what you're doing, it could end in disaster. So my advice to anybody who wants to ever type of fish this type of venue, rock venues, cliff marks, anything, ropes are an essential. Harnesses, helmets, you need to be prepared. Accidents always happen, and you need to minimise the fact of accidents by safety precautions. Anglers like myself, I get a real adrenaline rush for going to these type of marks, abseiling down cliff faces, climbing up in the dark. It's all part and parcel of catching and targeting big fish to me. A bit different to the venues that I fish down on my coastline. A lot of them that I fish are a lot higher than this, and the ladder point at the top is very steep, but it's more vertical what we do, and we use figure of 8 knots. Now they're using different types of knots. I'm not going to go into any type of knots. Honestly, the best advice I'd give anybody that wants to fish any type of venue like this is go to your local rock climbing schools and do a course. That is my biggest advice. It's not for everybody, as I said. It's very important that I wanted to film this venue today because, as always, it brings that excitement to what we do at Sea Angling Adventures. Obviously Nick and many of the other guys fish off rock marks and general beaches and just stuff like that. The type of venues I go to targeting those big rays and big specimens is up and down cliff faces, guys, and it's a fact of I've got to be hitting the right venues to keep producing that type of fish. Doesn't always happen. Many of it's up and down the cliff faces, blanking after blanking, but that one time you hit that mark right pays off, folks. So let's go down and see how the guys are getting on now. Championships, part of the Scarborough Festival for the last day of the event. David met behind me, brought me down to this venue today. A few of the local top rods from this part of the coastline are all spread out along this stretch. I think they're hoping for that big one today. Paul Med, very far down, big starling to match, got his big match head on today, leading up the scoreboard, so he's all for it. David's just about to get ready, put his bait out there for the first cast. All the lads are stepping forward now. Fingers crossed we can see some big cod pulled out on this venue.
The weed was playing a big part in the fishing. However, finally we saw a codling. There was around 12 guys down on the beach, and within the group of anglers who was down there was a fair few cod pulled out. But now it was time to head back to the weigh-in, so there was a long climb back up.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Look, present it here, and Carol will be there because Carol has to go through them as they go.
We're going to get straight on with the All England Codling Championship presentation. But first I would like to say some special thank yous to our sponsors. Our main sponsors is Premier Engineering. Also, we have First Choice Trains, Andy Crowe, Kevin Thompson, Ian Thompson, Steve Ianson, Chris Anderson, and Malaman Skelman, and Joe Williams. Would you like to put your hands together for everyone? Right, we're going straight on to the presentation of the All England Codling Championship. This is for the Festival Committee Silver Challenge Trophy of £500. And today, for the weight of 34 pounds 8 ounces 12 grams, Mr. Mark Travis.
Give it a kiss, Mark!
Second place today, which is £300 from 23 pounds 3 ounces 2 grams, Matty Elby. Check with £100 and show angle of the week with 800 points, with sensible points is Paul Met. These lads have asked us a big little. So we've noticed two men with red coats on have been around for the last 3 days. Sea Angling Adventures, Nick and Andy, have been following everyone around. So they've done a good job for us.
Well, there you have it, guys. What a fantastic weekend. The Scarborough Angling Social Club, well, they held the awards tonight. Absolutely phenomenal. The joy, the atmosphere for this community of anglers in Scarborough. What an absolute cracking event. Fingers crossed we get invited next year. Tight lines, Sea Angling Adventures.
The Scarborough Angling Festival, a fantastic event brought to you by Sea Angling Adventures. If you have an event, competition or festival you would like covered, please contact Sea Angling Adventures.